So I've been using the Galaxy Watch Ultra for the past 2 weeks after replacing my Apple Watch Ultra, and I have some thoughts. So in this video, we'll be going over some of my favorite features and if you should consider this watch. Hey everyone, it's Renz, welcome back to the channel. Samsung clearly took inspiration from the Apple Watch Ultra in designing the Galaxy Watch Ultra. They have similar features, they both have a titanium body, a quick button on the side, and 3000 nits of brightness. Some design elements and features are borrowed, but Samsung tried to make them different. I'm pretty active and work out at least 5 to 6 times a week, and what I love about it is a couple of things: the battery life and build construction. I banged it up many times bouldering and it still holds up. And it also kind of helps because the watch is white, so when I get chalk on it, you kind of can't tell that it's dirty, which is kind of a plus, kind of. I decided to try out the Galaxy Watch Ultra when I switched to the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. Since fitness is a big part of my life, I needed a watch that can match what I love so much about the Apple Watch Ultra. None of the other watches really interested me, and the closest watch in terms of features was the Galaxy Watch Ultra. So, does it live up to the hype? Spoiler alert, yeah, in some aspects. Design-wise, the Galaxy Watch Ultra is a 47mm watch with a circular design. At first, this watch seems bigger than the Apple Watch Ultra, but the Ultra is actually bigger at 49mm. My initial impressions of this watch is that it's big, but not too big to the point where it looks silly. The Galaxy Watch Ultra starts at $650 compared to the Apple Watch Ultra at $800, and Samsung nailed it out of the park when it comes to the color options. They have titanium gray, white, and natural. And all of them look fantastic. It was tough to choose between the 3 colors, but white looks the best in my opinion. It makes the watch stand out and look super clean. The bands also come in 3 different options with marine, trail, and peak form. These 3 band types are based on whether you do water sports, climb, or run. I went with the white marine band, and although it is quite bulky, I love its appearance. I should have taken the trail though, it's better for bouldering and looks more comfy. With the marine band, I also like how laying down the watch slightly elevates it and protects its sensors. Now I know it's a slightly small detail, but honestly, if you're like taking pictures with this watch, it just looks so good when it's laid down. Samsung's dynamic lug system for swapping out bands is something I wish every smartphone had. Using it is extremely simple and quite satisfying. All you do is press a button and pull the band off, and it's that easy. And attaching a new band, even easier. Just push the band into the slot and it snaps right into place. It's way easier than swapping out bands with the Apple Watch since you have to press the button and slide it off. It makes the whole process tedious, and I've had times where I almost dropped my watch by using too much force. And seriously, these watches are expensive, so if you drop it, it's really expensive to replace. My only complaint with the marine band is its comfort. It's not great, especially when I sleep with the watch on. It's quite stiff and not flexible, so I may have to snag either a trail or peak form in white. They are going to run you about $80, which is comparable to Apple bands at $99. I love looking for cheaper options online, and Amazon has some solid third-party options. I'll link them in the description. I went with the gray and orange option, and I spent less than $30 for these two. They're not as durable as the OEM band, but honestly, I kind of like it. It's softer, lighter, and is actually more comfortable. I also don't feel as bad beating them up since they're inexpensive. Time will tell though how these bands will hold up in the future. The watch has a circular design, which means it will look bigger on the wrist. If you have smaller wrists, this can make it difficult to get a good fit. In the morning when I check my wrist, there are always marks from the night before. I recommend checking this watch at a store to test its feel before making a purchase. So if you're the type of person who values comfort, then I highly recommend getting the trail or peak form bands. This watch is durable though. It can withstand harsh conditions and water up to 100 meters. The titanium is scratch resistant. I climb a lot and bang up my arm on the bouldering wall, so the watch has held up quite well. There are no scratches on the display or even the sides. So for any outdoor activity, you won't have to worry about too much damage to your watch. On the right side of the watch, there's a handy button, quite like the one on the Apple Watch Ultra. It sits snugly between 2 side buttons, which helps prevent accidental presses. You know how when you're doing push-ups or lifting weights, you might accidentally hit the action button on your Apple Watch Ultra? Well, this watch minimizes that issue. Also, you can customize this button for various functions. It can start a workout, launch an app, turn on the flashlight, or activate the safety siren. The siren can get pretty loud, so if I ever find myself lost in the woods, I'm glad to have this watch with me. Physical buttons are pretty useful too. If you're wearing gloves or the touchscreen gets wet, these buttons are always reliable. One of the coolest features of the Galaxy Watch Ultra is its bright, vivid Super AMOLED display. With 3000 nits of brightness, it remains visible outdoors, even in direct sunlight. The 1.5-inch AMOLED screen has rich colors and deep blacks. This makes notifications and workout stats sharp and clear. Both the Apple Watch Ultra and Galaxy Watch Ultra are equally bright, but Samsung's round design gives it a classic vibe that many users like me enjoy. I just wish it was like a tiny bit smaller, maybe like a 40mm or even a 38mm I think would would be the perfect size. So that way, even if you have smaller wrist, you can still enjoy this watch without it looking too big. You can customize your watch face with many options from the Samsung app. In seconds, you can switch from sleek and professional to sporty, or even just outright silly. I am a big fan of how responsive and fluid the display is as well. Navigating through apps and menus feel really snappy. Samsung's Wear OS integration gives you access to the Google Play Store, so you'll find plenty of apps to choose from. And since it has 32 gigabytes of storage, you can go kind of crazy with the apps that you have on this watch. Now let's dive into health and fitness features. This is a major reason why I switched to the Galaxy Watch Ultra. Like the Apple Watch Ultra, this watch has many health and fitness tracking features. It covers heart rate, ECG, blood oxygen, sleep, and stress. I don't have access to ECG and sleep apnea though, since I'm pairing this watch with the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. By the way, if you're curious to see what a day in the life looks like with the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, I recently just uploaded that last week, so you can go ahead and check that out. A standout feature is body composition. To do this, move your watch slightly higher, go to the body composition widget, tap on measure, confirm your weight, then put your middle and ring fingers on the top and bottom buttons. And in just a few seconds, you can see your stats. This includes your body fat percentage, BMI, and your BMR. The BMR is useful if you're trying to lose weight. These metrics are super useful and something that I just don't see in the Apple Watch Ultra. If you're serious about fitness, this is a fantastic way to track your progress over time. It even has FDA approval for detecting sleep apnea. It also tracks advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. This gives you a detailed view of your metabolism. With Galaxy AI, this watch brings all your fitness and sleep stats together into an energy score from 0 to 100. Also, Galaxy AI gives you wellness tips to boost your score and well-being. It tracks your sleep duration, blood oxygen, heart rate, respiratory rate, skin temperature, and sleep stages. All these stats can be super helpful in figuring out why your energy levels are the way they are. On top of that, you can access all of these stats quickly on your phone, which I do every morning. It even lets you know when you've been snoring, and it's kind of embarrassing to know that I've been snoring for like a good 22 minutes every night. I love the Galaxy Watch Ultra's night mode. It turns the display a glowing red. This makes it easier to see without straining your eyes, and it's pretty useful at nighttime. It's also fantastic for nighttime runs or workouts where bright lights can throw you off. Now I know this is a feature that Samsung copied from Apple, but it's a useful feature overall. Double pinch is a gesture control that is another one of my favorite features that can do a ton of things. Let's say someone gives you a call. All you need to do is double pinch your watch and boom, it answers the call. You can talk to your watch like you would with your phone, and it's not just for calls. This works across a bunch of apps like the stopwatch. Just double pinch to start or stop it, or even turn off an alarm. And this feature is on by default. If it doesn't work, go to settings, then go to buttons and gestures, scroll down to double pinch and make sure it's on. The knock knock gesture on the watch has a similar function. It's a way to open an app by making a knocking motion with your fist. You can customize the action for the knock knock gesture. It could turn on the flashlight, open a workout list, or create a reminder. I have mine set to the flashlight and it comes in super handy in the dark. Let's discuss a key reason to choose the Galaxy Watch Ultra over the Galaxy Watch 7, which is battery life. Samsung claims this thing can go up to 100 hours in power saving mode, which is just over 4 days. If you're using exercise power saving mode, where it still tracks your workouts with continuous GPS, you're looking at around 48 hours of battery life. Now, in my experience with normal everyday use, I was getting about 2 to 2.5 days out of the Galaxy Watch Ultra. That's pretty much on par with the Apple Watch Ultra, and trust me, being able to go 2 nights without charging makes a huge difference. You can actually wear it to bed for sleep tracking and not have to worry about plugging it in every single night. One thing that's a bit of a letdown though is if I do run out of juice, the magnetic charger that comes in the box takes about 2 hours to fully charge up. And honestly, for a premium smartwatch, fast charging should be standard at this point, but if you're just in need of a quick charge, you should be fine. So yeah, if battery life is high on your list, the Galaxy Watch Ultra definitely stands out. So while the Galaxy Watch Ultra is technically compatible with any Android phone, here's the catch. You're going to miss out on some of the best features if you don't have a Samsung phone. For example, for me, I'm pairing this watch with the Google Pixel 9 Pro, and if you want to use the FDA cleared sleep apnea detection, you'll need the Samsung Health Monitor app, which is only available on Samsung devices. So if you're not rocking a Samsung phone, you won't be able to unlock the full potential of this watch. So something to keep in mind. I'll admit, even though I was excited to try out this watch, I was a bit skeptical about whether the Galaxy Watch Ultra is truly premium, especially with the higher price tag. But even with that in mind, it's still a solid smartwatch. To be fair, it's hard not to compare it to the Apple Watch Ultra with its rugged design and extended battery life. The Galaxy Watch Ultra kind of feels like Samsung's answer to the Apple Watch Ultra, but for Samsung users. That being said, at $649, it's definitely an investment, and Samsung Health really delivers with its fitness tracking features that I think is more useful than the metrics on the Apple Watch Ultra. The Galaxy Watch Ultra's multi-day battery life is definitely the standout feature. Hopefully we do get that rotating bezel to differentiate itself from Apple Watch Ultra. So hopefully this watch gets more popular like the Apple Watch Ultra so Samsung can make a second gen. But is it better than the Apple Watch Ultra? It's hard to say since I love both watches. The popular choice would be the Apple Watch Ultra since it came first. As of now, I think you can't go wrong with either Apple or Samsung. It's a solid watch that is worthy of the word Ultra. And this is coming from just a casual user who loves weightlifting, running, and rock climbing. I don't do any extreme water sports or anything like that, but honestly, I love this watch for what it does. But what do you guys think? Is the Galaxy Watch Ultra worth it for you, or are you sticking with something else? Let me know in the comments. And like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this one. But other than that, see you guys in the next one.